Hi folks, this is your MWIS Fleeting View in association with Petzl. We've got some rather wild conditions ahead into the weekend, unfortunately, as a powerful area of low pressure arrives from the Atlantic, that bumping into the cold air that we've got at the moment, bringing some snowfall but turning to rain as milder air moves in from the southwest. And the general outlook onwards into next week is not as cold as we've seen this week. In the short term, we do have another very cold day ahead on Friday with northwesterly winds that will be strongest across England and Wales and giving a marked chill factor across the higher terrain. We'll have some further snow and hail showers draped around the coasts, a few of those running further inland across Wales, some reaching the western side of the Peak District as well. The showers down the west coast of Scotland will keep going much of the day. Inland, they'll tend to fade out. One or two will drift through at times, but a good amount of sunshine from central Scotland down through the borders into the Pennines. The chart for Saturday is a very active one as a powerful centre of low pressure develops just to the west of us. That's been named Storm Bert, and an active frontal system is moving in. We've got powerful winds, storm force across the mountains, hurricane force over the higher exposed terrain with some very turbulent gusts blowing downslope from the major mountain groups in the Highlands as east to southeasterlies, then turning southwesterly across England and Wales. The much milder air moving in behind the warm front, which is advancing northeastwards, turning that snowfall increasingly to rain. Just to give you a sense of timing through the daytime, this is first thing on Saturday, and initially it's dry in the northeast of Scotland, but that won't last. Snow will develop widely across the Highlands. Snow across the Welsh mountains is more or less all turning to rain by first light, and snow across northern England will increasingly turn wet up to the highest tops by the middle part of the morning, and by the afternoon it's heavy rain and mild air that is in here. For the Highlands, the heaviest snowfall is focused on central, east and southeastern areas onwards into the middle of the day, turning increasingly to rain though quite abruptly across more western regions as the freezing level will lift increasingly up to the highest slopes. A bit of a variable rise of freezing level inland that may keep some snow going onwards into the afternoon, but increasingly turning wet, and that will become rain to the highest tops by the end of the day. Heavy rain continuing for England and Wales with some snow melt in the mix as well will turn things very wet underfoot and the risk of some flooding developing. That rather complex frontal system will be around then overnight, Saturday into Sunday. Some further pulses of rain running in across the Highlands. That will fall as rain to the highest summits by this time. And some further heavy rain over England and Wales, just exacerbating that risk of flooding into Sunday daytime here. Temperatures will just lower a touch and that freezing level back down towards around 1200 metres across the Highlands, only then the highest tops just close to freezing through the daytime, so showers that fall will largely be of rain, but some sleet and snow on the highest summits in Scotland. Generally all rain across England and Wales, and that will be a pretty wet day as that front is slow to clear. Gradually some improvement to less wet conditions coming in, but I think rain at least on and off most of the daytime for England and Wales. We've got a rather windy day for all again, with gales or severe gales across most higher mountains. Those speeds may just fluctuate during the day, but a rather challenging day overall. As that low pressure system is still in charge, we have another very windy day on Monday, and severe gales, even storm force winds widely across the hills and mountains once again, as that low is just moving closer to us. So some showers will rattle in from the west, merging into some longer spells of rain at times across the western and southwestern Highlands. Frequent showers western England and Wales. On the highest tops in Scotland, these again will fall as some snow, but for the most part it is rain, with temperatures only near or just below freezing point on the highest of Scottish tops. Quite a lot of uncertainty in detail into midweek at the moment, with that area of low pressure from previous days just drifting slowly towards Scandinavia, and that may just drag in some chillier air from the northwest for a time, and the freezing level just dropping and some snow falling across the Munros, perhaps even down to 700 metres or so in northern parts of the Highlands for a while. The wind looks like staying rather strong on Tuesday, but just keep an eye on the developing forecast. A ridge of high pressure showing some signs then of trying to build from the west, and that may expand over us during midweek. Again, quite a bit of uncertainty just how the pattern plays out, but things looking a bit quieter with temperatures near to average, some frost overnight in the valleys and the glens, and some fog patches, possibly inversion conditions emerging as well for a time if that high does build over the top of us. Potentially some milder air coming in from the south then through the middle and latter part of the week, with the risk of some occasional rain just fringing in from the Atlantic. The high eventually positioning itself around Scandinavia, but different models have a few different solutions for that, but it does look as though there is some quieter weather trying to develop during the week ahead. We'll keep up to date with those developments. All your local details, as always, can be found for the 3 days ahead on our website. That is your Fleeting View in association with Petzl. Thanks for watching.